Sisters Folk Fest last year and been working with his booking team. It's taken this long to get them here. And I think, Jenny, you're still based in Sisters, right?
I'm not. I'm actually up north in Seattle now.
Well, what do I know? See, I'm totally out of the loop. But really, we're trying, and if you've been to Artichoke for a long time, this is the next generation of songwriters, really in keeping with what Artichoke has always been, but moving us forward. And I love their tunes. They're great musicians. The harmonies are amazing. So we're in for a very special night. And again, thank you for your patience, and let's welcome the Jenner Fox Band.
Thank you. Not sure that we're getting any guitar. Is there any guitar? There it is. Wonderful. Well, you can't beat the locals. The county fixes them up. And all the bumper stickers around here say Wyoming sucks, and it's the damn Californians driving us out. Although most of them are from Texas now, but who's keeping count? And maybe I'll sell, but I could never buy back in. And whoever thought that'd be the case in Wyoming? And when there's no place left to go, I'll dig a hole, become a Californian to some pissed off mole. They stopped replacing the sign to Good Luck Road, 'cause everyone kept taking it home, yeah. Can't raise the wages, we'll never get them back down. And I knew you weren't from here when you picked your dog shit from the ground. And I don't like picking apples, I don't like harvesting peas. And I don't think there's enough jobs for all the refugees. And there's a couple on a gravestone and only one of them is dead. And they got a deal from the funeral home, said what the heck. And I just wanted a town that at 5 p.m. would have a blinking yellow light and nothing open. They stopped replacing the sign to Good Luck Road, 'cause everyone kept taking it home. There's leaves in the gutter, milk in the fridge. Everyone's from somewhere, that's just how it is. Where's it all come from? The mirror before school. And I always thought my left side was a little more cute. And I guess it worked out, I won the high school award. And I'll be your trophy husband if you'll be my girl. And all these dilly-dallies call them matters of the heart, are always keeping tally, keeping you from the start of anything you might really care to mean. 'Cause you're a Californian and it's time you came clean. They stopped replacing the sign to Good Luck Road, 'cause everyone cares taking it home. They stopped replacing the sign to Good Luck Road, 'cause everyone kept taking it home. There's milk in the gutter, leaves in the fridge. Everyone's from somewhere, that's just how it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'll play one about a particularly transcendent experience, dog sitting. This is a new song. It's called Pickles. Can I come and dog sit for Pickles tonight again? Yeah, I'll get there early and we'll watch the ceiling fan. Only you and me tonight. I got nowhere to be. Yeah, I'll rub your tummy if you put your head on my knee. And I'll forgive myself once again. Yeah, I'll forgive myself once again.
Could I get a little bit more of the keys over here in my wedge? Thank you.
Do y'all ever feel that way? Like, in having moved around a lot and renting small places, there's like some extreme comfort, when you get a dog sitting gig and life makes sense again. As Shelley mentioned, thank you to Shelley and Artichoke Music for hosting this space and believing in this concept and all that. As Shelley mentioned, I did live in Sisters, and I recently moved. But I moved to Sisters for the first time, where Benji lives. Benji lives in Sisters. And I moved there in February of 2022 into, you're right, it was February of 2020. It's important for the story, too. Thanks, Benji. Good correction. I moved into a house with my partner and two roommates who we hadn't met before. And then March 22 happened. March 2020. What year was it? What year is it? Yeah. That's a good point. March 2020 happened, and we were stuck with these roommates forever. Do you remember what happened in March 2020? And maybe you had a similar situation, but they ended up being very lovely people and good friends. But at this time, one of the roommates wanted to have a kid, but she didn't have anyone with whom to have the kid. And so she got an idea that she'd adopt a kitten instead. And And so we called a big house meeting about the kitten adoption idea, and the four of us, plus the landlord, sat around the table. And she sort of gave her reasons for the cat, you know, that it'd be a lovable house companion, and it wouldn't be a nuisance, and you know, the litter would live in her room, et cetera, et cetera. And then another roommate expressed that she was allergic to cats. And so the idea didn't go through. And I remember the one roommate just saying she was really crushed at the end of the meeting, and she said, "I just want something to love." This song's for Sadie. I got a list of baby names. I started it in the 4th grade. Some have changed, some have remained. I got a list of baby names. I got a room full of succulents. I even had a lover once. I'm shopping around for a motorbike, something cheap and loud and bright. I'm waiting for something to love. Got a job at the coffee shop, double shifts and double shots. My mom's clean and we're talking again. Now is now and then was then. And sometimes in the middle of the night, I can still see Mom sleeping in the TV light. I turn it off and she saved my name. I can still hear it that way. Yeah, I'm waiting for something to love. Yeah, I'm waiting for something to love. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. She now has a kid and a cat. Thank you all for coming early or on time. I apologize for the snafu, but we might get waves of people and during hopefully at least another one at 8. We'll play all night. You guys are like, please no. Let's see. That's Aaron Guest over there from Bellingham, Washington. Oh, man. That's Benji Nagel from Sisters on the dobro. Yeah. Right here is Aaron Moore from Tumalo, Washington. Morning, Ray. And Mr. Jeremy Elliott over there from Bellingham as well. What a jewel box of musicians I get to play with. It's wonderful.
This is Jenner Fox, everyone.
I got to write a record in a small town in Wyoming recently, and it was a part of an artist in residency program, which maybe they do here at Artichoke. Regardless, the task of the artist residency was to write songs about the people in the town and their stories. And I met this guy named English Eddie who was had somehow found his way to rural Wyoming, and he was an older guy in his 90s, and his daughter, who was his caretaker, said that he was sort of holding on to his driver's license with everything he had. And that felt like something to me. And so I arranged for a meeting over tea with English Eddie, as you do. And I asked him if he could remember every car he'd ever driven. Thought that was the question I came with, and I clicked the recorder on, and then he kind of talked for the next hour and a half, weaving his life story through all the cars he could remember, which I highly recommend as a question for someone to remember a life through where they were in automobiles. But this is what came out of it. It's called Drive. I gotta stay in shape, keep my mustache trim. If I'm gonna drive till I'm 110, gotta get out of bed, find my keys. If I can't drive, it'll be the end of me. Don't update my registration, no DMV. I know my license no longer looks like me. Some people write books, some people bake pies. I don't need much, just let me drive. I had a 1930 Morris Cowley four-door. I had a Studebaker Champion after the war. My parents never drove, they didn't know how. I got a Ford station wagon when the kids came around, and an Oldsmobile, a LeBaron for the wife. Oh, the Chevy El Camino taught the kids to drive. And a Lincoln Mark V and a Coupe MG. Now I drive a Honda Civic 2013. Yeah. that rock, the rock hit me. Yeah, officer, can't you see? It's just a flat tire, and you're a good man. Won't you give an old timer a second chance? Yeah, I had a 1930 Morris Cowley four-door. I had a Studebaker Champion after the war. My parents never drove, they didn't know how. I got a Ford station wagon when the kids came around, and an Oldsmobile, a LeBaron for the wife. Oh, the Chevy El Camino taught the kids to drive, and Lincoln Mark V and a Coupe MG. Now I drive a Honda Civic 2013. Thank you. All right, we're going to dedicate this song to anyone with a sore knee or a back. I mean, you're like, what are you talking about, you freaking young dude up there? I'm just dedicating it to those people, to us. You got both. All right. If you all feel like singing along, the chorus repeats something over and over again. I would love to, when you catch on, hear you. Well, someday I'll have that buffalo ranch right there on the beach, where I'll surf all day and come home late to the fields where the buffalo eat. I'm gonna marry rich and then learn how to love. When she's out working, I'll be home tinkering in a barn full of old trucks. Just don't make me stand still. Yeah. Don't make me stand still. Yeah, you got it. Don't make me stand still. Don't make me stand still. When I'm old and bald and my hands grow moss and there's roots through the soles of my shoes, don't make me stand still. It's been a good year. My favorite fingernail finally grew back, and I've seen the world, every river town, through the seat of this kayak. but no one gives a damn for old timers. And the money still runs dry. That's why a man needs a dog and a plot of land to raise some buffalo high. Just don't make me stand still. 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 When I'm old and bald and my hands grow moss and there's roots through the soles of my shoes, don't make me stand still. And oh, mama, where did the buffalo go? And oh, mama, can't we take two of them home? Just a boy and a girl, and we'll leave them alone for a while. Well, they ask me when I'm gonna quit, and I say, what the hell does that mean? 'Cause when you grow up on a farm in Arkansas, there's just work and nothing between. But somewhere there's a buffalo ranch, and I swear to you it's on the beach, where you can surf all day and come home late to the fields where the buffalo eat. Just don't make me stand still. 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 When I'm old and bald and my hands grow moss and there's roots through the soles of my shoes, you can shoot me, but don't make me stand still. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for singing. Do you think the singing comes through in the live stream? It does. You have the room mic'd? Oh, that's exciting. How about giving it up for Gary in the back doing the live stream?
We've been hanging pretty tough the last few days in Hood River with some good friends. Beautiful property there. And the idea was that we came early. We had our first show in Hood River last night, but we got there on Tuesday, and have had a really wonderful time kind of exploring some of the possibilities of what this group has to offer for the first time in terms of a writing experience together. And this is a song that came to fruition in the last couple of days, and we're really excited to debut it here with y'all. It's called Heart Tattoo.
Your engagement's through. Turn the heart tattoo into anything else. Like the Liberty Bell or a humpback whale, into anything anything else. Let it all, just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. Let it all, just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. You'll turn 22, alone in a motel room, with a whale tattoo on your arm. And you'll be brand new, not 'cause you wanted to be. In the bedside light you will carve let it all, just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. Let it all, just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. Just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. Let it all, just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. Let it all, just let it all fall down. Let it all fall down. All right. I lived in many years ago. I with a band chased the music dream to Austin, Texas, and
and moved in, and I was working as a musician, which meant I wasn't working, but I was driving, working as really working as a pedicab driver, and I had sort of, soccer was a big part of my life growing up. I was a big sports kid, and I hadn't played for a long time. I was playing in this band, and I found this pickup game in a park in Austin, and it was fun. And the guys were like, "You ought to join our team." We had this sort of adult league team called the Celtic Cowboys, and they were mostly first and second generation English and Irish guys, and they were very mean to the referees and very fun to go out with. And the captain of this team was this guy named Martin, and I joined the team and trained with them, and and we had our first game, and Martin gave this really impassioned halftime speech, and I was like, man, this wasn't really what I was expecting from adult league soccer. I thought it was more of a casual thing, but this continued, and Martin took it very seriously, and he would send emails after the games about tactics and how we needed to run sprints on our own, and the thing about Martin was that he wasn't very good. And this song's for Martin and all of us who do what we love regardless of ability. It's called The Beautiful Game. Kick the ball with me one more time. Kick the ball, Daddy. Kick the ball with me one more time. Kick the ball, Daddy. Well, Martin was born in England with 2 left feet, the son of Irish immigrants. And he'd get up early to watch the weekend games. With bruised shins, he'd come home late. And his dad would say, "Martin, do your work and put that bloody football away." But he'd sneak out to the stadium and he'd stare up at the lights, and he'd hear them chanting his name. In the beautiful game, in the beautiful game. Well, he grew up fast, and he bought a one-way ticket across the Atlantic to Michigan for the promise of football and an education away from nails and hammering. But he found snow instead of grass, and weightlifting, and the Wong football on TV. And the Wong football on TV. So he took his degree and he moved down to Texas to coach a high school soccer team. In the beautiful game, in the beautiful game. And that's where I met him. And he was well into balding, and we were on the same men's league team. And he'd give a halftime speech every Sunday to us half listening. And it sounded like, give it all you got, give it everything, 'cause this is everything to me.
and no other team got a halftime speech. And I believed him, and I can still hear him say, the beautiful game, the beautiful game. And his dad would say, find something else to do. Maybe football is not the thing for you. But he kept coming back to that 4-4-2. Like Steven Gerrard and David Beckham and Rio Ferdinand and Sean Wright Phillips and Matt Shaver and John Terry and Sir Bobby Charlton and the beautiful game, in the beautiful game. After the cheers and the handshakes and the beers, Martin remains. And he sits with his back to the goalpost, looking almost like he's always sat that way. And he cracks a smile, and he lets his hand down to feel the grass beneath. And he lingers as he runs his fingers through the dirt and the dreams. Kick the ball with me one more time. Kick the ball, Daddy. Kick the ball with me one more time. Kick the ball, Daddy.
Thank you. We're going to play one more song, and then we're going to take a break, and you're going to, from this song, you're going to be very inspired to buy socks that we sell on the merch table as worn by the musicians. You can actually pay extra for Aaron's socks. But no, we have socks with bicycles on them that will be hopefully explained by this song a little more. But thank you for being here and hanging out with us. We're having a blast, and we're looking forward to the second set. Yeah. There's stuff to buy over there. We're gonna go out, and we're gonna come back, and you're gonna have snacks, and maybe there'll be some reinforcements in the 8 o'clock crew that comes in. That could be better.
It's always so nice for us to come into rooms where people are actually very attentively listening. So thank y'all for lending your ears and your voices, and it's really nice.
I like to ride my bicycle at night when the streets are dark and cold. Down the Tongue Canyon Road, and I look in all the windows at the people passing time and getting old. In the television glow. Well, Dad put us on training wheels in the church parking lot. And I got my first two-wheeler, and he said, that's how freedom feels, but stay on the sidewalks. And we'd ride every day to school in a pack of 5 or 6. And we'd see who could go no-handed for the longest. I like to ride my bicycle at night when the streets are dark and cold. Down the Tongue Canyon Road, and I look in all the windows at the people passing time and getting old. In the television glow. Well, I left and loved and moved around. Now I got a kid in a truck, and we're coming back to town where the streets are all the same. And I know the trees by name. And I used to ride past Annie's house. Imagine what I'd do if she came out. I'd fix my hair, glide real slow. Maybe she'd be at the window. I remember hoping Dad was asleep when I got home. Maybe there'd be something left on the stove. And in the morning light, he'd ask me where I'd been all night. And I'd stand up straight, talk real low, tell him I'd been on my bicycle. To ride my bicycle at night when the streets are dark and cold. Down the Tongue Canyon Road, and I look in all the windows at the people passing time and getting old. In the television glow. Here we are. We're back. The band all quit. Oh, is my vocal gone? Hello, 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 hello. Hello. No one laughed at my joke. Therefore, the vocal must be gone.
What about your guitar?
Ah, there we go. Sweet. Oh, thank you to the sound of artichoke music over here.
Oh.
He's like, oh, all right, here we go. I trust it.
This tune. A few years ago, I went. My dad had a birthday party rafting trip, and he invited his old rafting boss. My parents were both river guides, and I river guided for many years, and we went on the Deschutes River on a multi-day stretch, and for anyone who's been on the Deschutes River, there's this train that runs along the left side of the river, and every time the train comes by, sort of in the canyon, it just makes the most world-endingly loud sound. And we were on this trip, and every time the train would come by, my dad's old rafting boss, Dick, would sort of look at it and get this far away look in his eyes and kind of stare at it the whole time, and then move on afterwards. Like, that's kind of peculiar. And eventually, I asked him what his deal was with the trains, and he said that since he was a kid growing up on a farm in Wyoming, sort of their big activity was that they would all pile in the car on the farm, all the kids, and drive into the town and go to the train yard and count cars at the train and sort of try to beat their previous record. And so he'd maintained that throughout his life. And he where am I going with the story? Yeah, see, I think I should probably shut up and play a song, right? That's the logical thing. Yeah, so this is the song. This is a train song. It's called Counting Cars. Chugga, 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 chew, chew, counting 19, 20, 21, 22. Don't lose track, don't blink, and I could be the longest train to ever pass you by. Well, there was a kid in the grade above who swore he counted one with 204. And I vowed right then, before the day I died, I'd count at least 205. And on Saturdays we'd pile in the car, Dad would drive us through town to the train yard. Brush your teeth, put on some clothes, come on before the first whistle blows. And the morning act, it always begins with the timpani roll and then the winds. All steam and steel crying by 26, 27, 28, 29. Get up, get out the door. Find your reason for believing's not as hard. By the railroad counting cars. Well, he told me the story just yesterday, and his hair is going, but that's not what's going. Let's see. It's just one of those nights, Well, he told me the story just yesterday, and his hearing's going, and his hair is gray. And as the sun began to sink down low, we saw headlights rise and heard a whistle blow.
And he squinted and stuttered, let it begin with the timpani roll and then the winds. He said, quiet, this could be the day the longest train blows our way. So I shut up and we watched it go, 103, 104. His hands clenched tight, this thing had no end in sight. Hauling gasoline and empty shells, new diesel engines, but the same old rails, 178, 179. He began to shake and his eyes looked wild. Well, you could probably guess how it ends. The final car disappears behind the bend. And I said I counted 202, and he said, son, you must have missed a few. Get up, get out the door, find your reason for. Some folks fade away, some keep counting trains.
Jerry up here. Thank you. Jerry, you know, let's just, we're gonna add this one. You never played it before, but you'll be all right. Just for Sean, you know. Come on. You don't have to play if you don't want, but I bet you can. Here you go, you got it. Jeremy Elliott, everyone. I have a friend in the audience who I shared this experience with, and so I feel like we need to add this song to the set because he's here tonight. Maybe several of you have shared this experience too, but I met this wonderful kid at a music festival up in Bellingham named Moe, and he was an entrepreneurial young fellow, and he was selling jokes at the festival to people. We walked around and was, working kind of 9 to 5 hours selling jokes all day, and very little kid. And he came over, we were playing this game of, this Frisbee into the trash cans game. Very fun game called Slam Can, Can Jam, which one is it called? Yeah. Slam Can. And we bought a joke from him, and then we were sort of hassling him, trying to get more jokes, and he wouldn't budge, But then he went off to tell jokes to someone else. Then he came back. He's like, "Wait a second. If I could play this game that you're playing, maybe I'll give you a joke." And so we let him play Can Jam, and the Frisbee gets in the trash can, and you kind of have to take it out. But he was too short to get it out, so he sort of kind of tilted the trash can and then went head first into it, and was like his legs were flopping on the outside. And, this is called Moe. It's either called Moe or Moe the Joke Man. Working title. D. Well, he put on his Lucky Band t-shirt, tucked his sweatpants into his socks, out into the festival fairgrounds, with a car with a sign on a cardboard box. No time for face paint or tie-dye, no time for fiddle jams, just another day at the office for the little joke man. He'd sell you a joke for $1, 'cause nothing in this life is free. You can't trick him, don't even bother.
'cause Moe just turned 3. One day he found his mom crying, "Baby, we need a money tree." That day he ripped out a page from his coloring book and started an LLC. Yeah, jokes for the Sparkle Man dancing, jokes for the lawn chair beers, jokes for the line of Porta Johns, jokes for the Fat Festival deer. He'd sell you a joke for $1, 'cause nothing in this life is free. You can't trick it, don't even bother, 'cause Moe just turned 3. Well, knock, knock, who's there? Why was the nose on the run? And why'd the golfer change his pants? 'Cause he got a hole-in-one. And 2 pirates walk into a bar, the darn chicken's still crossing the road. And 1 good Joe laugh is worth much more than all your heavy gold. He'd sell you a joke for $1, 'cause nothing in this life is free. You can't trick it, don't even bother, 'cause Moe just turned 3. And after a long day at the office, he unzips the great tent flap, finds his mother there a napping, gently lays all the dollars in her lap. Jeremy Elliott. Yeah. Thank you. We're having fun. It's fun to try out some new stuff. And so that's for Sean. Jeremy and I, in addition to this band project, Jeremy and I are in a couple days actually putting out the first song on a new record that we made in the spring that's sort of acoustic duo stuff, and we're going to play you one off of that. And I think the folk audience at Artichoke might have a chance of getting this riddle, but it's not really a riddle, but I wrote the song with my dad, and we did this songwriting exercise together where we each took a song we knew really well, and we used the same music to that song. We rewrote the words, and then we just handed the words without the music to the other person, so they didn't know what song it was, and wrote different music. So we had 2 novel songs, and this was the one he wrote the words to. And if anyone can guess what the original song was, you get a free pair of socks.
I'll guess. These are really nice socks. And I know the answer.
No. Take two. It's not Blackbird. look out the window, I see a tree, and I wonder if it ever thinks about me. It stands in the wind, through the rain and through the snow, and it watches time pass. I think it might know. If it ever gets lonely to live to 100, if there's ever a moment when you wanna give in, if you look in my window and notice me looking, does it make you feel better to tell you I'm longing to know? Wind through the trees, touching the glass, with fingers at distance in places she's blown in the past, and a story to tell. If I could know, though her voice speaks of places I'll never go. And does it ever get lonely to live to 100? Is there ever a moment when you want to give in? If you look in my window and notice me looking, does it make you feel better to tell you I'm longing to know? Does it make you feel better to tell you I'm longing to know? Jeremy Elliott. Let's bring the rest of the band up here. Actually, but do we have any guesses? Ooh, that's a good idea. It has no relation to the musical components, only the phrasing. It's a very hard riddle. It's not a Simon Garfunkel. That's a good question. We do know a lot of Simon Garfunkel songs because this band doubles as a Paul Simon tribute band. You know, we're playing at the Alberta Rose in April as that band. So the answer is I am an old woman named after my mother. Angel from Montgomery by John Prine. All right, that's the music nerd moment of the night. We're going to play a beautiful song that Jeremy wrote next.
Way out of tune. Yeah, I lived here in Portland for 2.5 years. I moved here in 2020, and it was a weird time to be here. I really love this city. It's really fun to be playing music here. This song, I released a record that was kind of a solo record. I will shout out my very good friend and amazing musician Aaron Guest over here because he played a lot of stuff on it. But I released that record. I don't know, what is it? Can you remember what it was?
It was, I think it was early 2021.
Yeah. Okay. 2021.
did it like on a streaming thing.
Yeah.
Like a
But
listening
anyways,
party,
I had built a little place here in Portland with my partner at the time, and this is a song when I moved to this city that when I was in that space, this just kind of came out. And it's a song called Jacinta, and it's really fun to play it with this band, so I'm just really excited to be able to do that for y'all tonight. There it is.
Yeah, did you hit the on switch?
That was it. Anyways, thank you guys. That's Aaron Guest on the piano over there. Benji Nigel on the dobro. Aaron Moore on the bass, and of course, Jenner Fox on the guitar.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, guys.
All right. right, this is fun. We're kind of leaning into the living room feeling of this. I hope that's okay with you all. I'm having fun. So that's cool. Yeah, the artichoke. Well, as I have to say, a lot of my friends and my sister and people that are seemingly the same, what I consider to be the same generation as me, are starting to adult in ways. Like Benji has kids, and my sister has a kid, and you know, people are getting married and all sorts of things, and I find me and my partner Natalie are wondering if that's the sort of thing we might be able to do, and so little things become tests. And recently we had a mouse problem, and it wouldn't have been such a big problem, except our bed is in the kitchen, basically. We live in a very small apartment, and the mouse was sort of peacefully picking up after us, and but Natalie would wake up every night when the mouse was doing that and sort of flick the lights on and off and start clapping, and I was like, shit, this isn't going to be sustainable. And so I went to the Ace Hardware store and I said, hey, we have a mouse problem. Do you have any suggestions? And they said, humane or inhumane? Humane, and they rolled their eyes, and but pointed me to aisle 12 or whatever, and convinced me to buy this $35 white box that you plug into the wall, and apparently it sends out mouse-hating signals, and all your problems will be solved in weeks or days. And so we waited a little while, and every night, you know, flicking the lights on and off and clapping, and it's like, shit, believe it or not, the white box doesn't work. And so I went to the landlady and told her what was going on, and she said, humane or inhumane? Humane. And she said, we'll have, you know, some extra glue traps. And I hadn't heard of glue traps before. Maybe you have, and you're cringing right now. But the glue trap is this, you know, rectangle of green glue, and the directions on the back show you sort of putting peanut butter or whatever on it, and then the next direction is you just throwing it out. There's no kind of mouse involved, and okay, sounds pretty good. And so you didn't think much about it, but put some peanut butter and some sourdough bread on it and left it out, and in the middle of the night, you know, crash. Clearly a mouse has gotten into the glue trap, and I wake up and I grab the gardening gloves, and there's a cute little pink mouse sort of squirming on the glue trap, and I grab it by its body and try and take it off the glue trap, but it just flexes, and I don't know if anyone has experienced glue traps before, but they're awful, and you know, the more it sort of wriggles and tries to get off, the more body parts get stuck, and it's terrible. And so I kept trying to wrench it off and couldn't do it. I was like, shit, what are we gonna do? You know, it's 3 a.m. and I ended up outside in my boxers, and I was holding a big rock over the mouse, and we got a headlamp, and Natalie was right there, and like, I think this is the only way. She's like, wait, let's look it up on YouTube. All right, so we go inside, and she YouTubes God knows what, but this video of this basement man comes up who looked like he'd lived in a basement for a very long time. And he was explaining that if you sort of drizzle kitchen oil on a cooking oil on a mouse in a mouse trap, then you could then sort of squeegee it out. And so sure enough, we get the olive oil and drizzle some on this little pink mouse, and are able to kind of wrench it out. It's covered in glue, and we put it in a cardboard box and drive it over to the neighbors who we don't like's house. And moral of the story is, you know, maybe it was a really empowering moment for maybe those big life adulting things with YouTube on your side. This is a new song called Sideways. Got a really nice guitar. I keep it buried in the yard.
so I don't have to admit I am not worthy of it. And way up in the attic, I keep my magic all wrapped in plastic, my cape and my bad shit. Stay in the car when you get home. Turn the heat up, scroll your phone. And where do last year's lessons hide? Let them burn and let them rise. I'll take you sideways. I'll take your Mondays. I'll take you always. I'll take you always. I'll take you up there. I'll build a ladder. Forget about answers. You're my favorite dancer. I'll take you sideways. I'll take your Mondays. I'll take you always. Yeah, I'll take you always. I'll take you sideways. Thank you. We're going to have Aaron Guest lead a song over there. Yes.
All right, let's do it. Jenna mentioned earlier that we double as a Paul Simon tribute act. That's been really fun to explore. I grew up not really around much worldly music and no TV and all that stuff. And so I went to the public library to find out what worldly music was. And the CD I kept checking out over and over and over was Paul Simon's Graceland. So we'll do the title track for you now. That Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. I am following the river, down the highway, through the cradle of the Civil War. Well, I'm going to Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. Poor boys and pilgrims and families, and we are going to Graceland. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He is the child of my first marriage. I've a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. She comes back to tell me she's gone, as if I didn't know that, as if I didn't know my own bed, as if I never noticed the way she brushed her hair from her forehead. And I said, losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody feels the wind blow. I'm going to Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. Poor boys and pilgrims and families, and we are going to Graceland. My traveling companions are ghosts and empty sockets. I'm looking at ghosts and empties. I've a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. There is this girl in New York City who calls herself the human trampoline. And sometimes when I'm falling, flying, tumbling in turmoil, I say, oh, so this is what she means. She means we're bouncing into Graceland. And I said, losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody feels the wind blow. Oh, in Graceland, 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 I'm going to Graceland. For reasons I cannot explain, there's some part of me that wants to see Graceland. I may be obliged to defend every love, every ending. Or maybe there's no obligations now. Maybe I've a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. Thank you, folks.
Aaron Moore and Jeremy Elliott. Oh, yeah. That's Aaron Guest on the vocals. Yeah. Keep it going. We're going to feature Aaron Moore on a song now. Aaron Moore hails from Tumalo, Oregon. He's a pretty good bass player. He's working on it. And he's going to sing a song for you. A wonderfully kind human. Yes, you're in for a treat.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Thank you, everybody, for being here. As you probably noticed already, we're mostly an original music band, but every once in a while it's nice to pay homage to a great artist in history, and this is no exception.
This is the Aaron and Aaron cover hour. That's what we're in now. This is nice, dude. It's first.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
We should extend it to be an hour.
I'm glad I went first.
No pressure at all.
Oh boy.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I pull up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. See the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, because they got nowhere to go. So I want you to know, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na. Yeah. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love, and it's time I realized there was some with no home, not a nickel to loan. Could it be really me, pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. And I'm asking him to change his ways. Make that change. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. And I'm asking him to change his ways. Make that change. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better better place. Take a look at yourself and make a change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. Cause if you close your heart, you can't close your mind. Gotta make the change. Ta-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. Gotta make the change. Ta-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. Ta-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. A little MJ for you. Thank you so much.
That's more, Aaron Moore, everyone.
All right, we're gonna play 2 more songs. I think the encore rigmarole might be typical here, so we'll just do 2 more songs, and we'll believe that you wanted more. But Lee, you want to sing on this one? What do you think, Lee Jones? Is Lee Jones still in the house? You want to sing on this? You know it. Yeah. You sing on it. We had an audience request during halftime for you to sing on this, Lee, so we have to do it. Welcome Lee Jones, please, to the stage. Yeah.
Eugenia Riot.
Yeah, Lee Jones is a wonderful local artist who you should know. Her original music project is called Eugenia Riot, and actually Aaron and Jeremy played on it and helped produce the album that they just put out. And she likes to sing while doing a headstand, actually. So. And this song, I'll dedicate this tonight. My grandmother passed away recently, and she was a piano player, and the family gathered and we played music with her, and she was sort of not really present anymore, talking and kind of lying there, and we were playing songs for her, and she really loves the song Wagon Wheel. So we played Wagon Wheel a lot, and we played the Tennessee Waltz, which is another song that I used to play with her, and I remember she was she wasn't there, but during the Tennessee Waltz, she kind of put her hands out in piano chords and like she was playing along. So I'll dedicate this one to my grandma. It's called Lullaby. Go to sleep, knowing there's a man writing verses. With a wheel in his hand, he'll get 'em perfect. Stop and forget again. Oh, say goodnight, knowing you'll be alright. Come tomorrow, I'll be gone. But hell, it's tonight, I hope it rains all day. So long is strange to say. There's time to be nasty, time to hold hands. There's time to go dancing. There's always new bands. There's an ice cream truck. It rains in Los Angeles. But there will never be enough time with me. Yeah, go to bed with good weather in your head. 'Cause if not today, tomorrow instead, there's time to pretend you're somebody else.
Yeah, rest assured, the leaves will turn. There are folks out there who wanna be heard, and though their voices are spare, they have beautiful things to say. There's time to go swimming, there's time for pools, there's time at a touch, there's a sky for two, there's rules and ruts and ridiculous holidays. But it's never the right time to stay. No, it's never the right time to say. Give in to the ground, knowing you'll let down everyone you love. There'll be times you're not proud of, but ain't it something to be slowly spinning round? Yeah, go to sleep knowing there's no place I would rather be than face to face, staring hopelessly and blissfully awake. There's time for loving, well, time for leaving. There's time for blessing, there's time for sneezing. There's time to waste, but no time to lose. And there will never be enough time with you.
Lee Jones.
Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, thank you, Lee. Check her out, Eugenia Riot. Yeah. While we're on the Friends Hour, we'd like to finish off and invite Mr. James Rossi, who's another one of our favorite local musicians to jam with, up to the stage. Prepare yourself, James. But in the meantime, this is our last song. Thanks so much for coming out, and thank you to Artichoke Music. Thank you on the sound and the live stream, whoever people are on the live stream. Bless you. And it's always just a total pleasure to get to play with this band. Aaron, Benji, Aaron, Jeremy. What's your name again? Give him a round of applause.
One more for Jenner Fox, please, writing these beautiful songs.
We have a saying when we are out on the road, because you never know what you're going to get, and this is what we like to call small and mighty. And we really, sometimes those are the most special moments. So thank y'all for making that happen for us tonight. Thank you.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah, thanks for giving the energy back. That's what makes the live music a special thing, is that it's a conversation. And we appreciate your intent listening and interacting. And we're going to ask one more thing of you in this song, is when I sing, oh, wow, you sing, oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of practice. We'll get it. A bell is the thing that signifies 3,600 seconds gone by. 365 is a crazy number. Yeah, we split them into 12, but some are bigger than the others. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow, yeah. Beep is my favorite sports ball number. Sports ball is a game that's better when we pass to each other. Snow days should be more, school days should be lesser. Pull my finger to release the pressure. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. You know I'm doing my best, there's a lot to mention, but if you're from where I'm from, you like spuds and ketchup. Aaron Guest on the keyboard, yeah, go.
You know I'm doing my best, there's a lot to mention, but if you're from where I'm from, you like spuds and ketchup. That's Aaron Moore on the bass. Give it one more time for him. All right, we're going to bring it down for the big man, Mr. James Rossi. Here we go. Yeah. That's roughly 32 hours I gotta sleep on her side. A side is a thing that's a part of a whole, and a hole is a place for shovels. Oh, wow, oh. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh. Oh, wow, oh, wow. You know I'm doing my best, there's a lot to mention, but if you're from where I'm from, you like spuds and Telecasters. Jerry Elliott, you know ketchup's a thing that's meant for spuds. I am a thing that's meant for love. That's your part. Ketchup's a thing that's meant for spud. I am a thing that's meant for love. Well, ketchup's a thing that's meant for spuds. I am a thing that's meant for love. Come on, ketchup's a thing that's meant for spuds. I am a thing that's meant for love. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank tonight. We hope to see you again. Oh, wow, oh. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Thank you. Have a great rest of your evening. James Ross.
You said till midnight.
Well, shit. Yeah, Shelly said yes. Mom said yes. We're doing another one. Yeah, we had a request. We had a request for tooth, so we will tooth it. Tooth is. It is one of my favorite love stories, so it's a good way to send us out. You have to pee?
No, I'll be all right.
You can pee, Jerry.
I'm gonna pee while he's telling the story.
Yeah. Jerry times his bladder exactly to the set length, so actually, yeah. So.
And then I'll come back and tell you guys.
Well, the tooth story is a love story, and it's a love story about my parents. And my dad lost his tooth to a morning cereal, and his tooth fell out into the cereal, and it was granola actually, and it was extra toasted granola, and he thought that perhaps it was my mom's fault for toasting the granola too much. And it was a quinoa granola, which is another important piece of, yeah, right? It's gonna be squirrely, yeah. Yeah. We're telling the long version because Jerry has to pee.
It all makes sense
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Extra crunch.
But he went to the dentist when his tooth fell out, and they gave him the option to get a replaceable tooth, which is called a flipper, which you can take out and put back in. Yeah, that's right. Lee of Eugenia Riot currently has a flipper, has had a flipper. Always and forever a flipper. Yes. It's incredible. And he was given the option for the flipper or the permanent replacement big operation. He went for the flipper as well, always and forever. And he was having a lot of fun at this time, taking his tooth out and surprising my mom and taking selfies and sending them around to relatives. And my mom didn't like this, believe it or not. And she, well, every spring my dad goes on a river trip with all his old river guiding friends called the Boys Trip. And it's a multi-day rafting trip on the Rogue River way down in southern Oregon. You're fast, Jeremy. It's a long story, yeah. Yeah. But yes, Jerry.
It was awesome. That's my story. It was awesome.
Well, he went on this river trip, and he put his tooth in the dry bag and had the best time ever for the 5-day river trip and let it all hang out. And when he came back from the trip, I was visiting my mom at the time, and he walks in the door, and he tells her what a wonderful time he had on the trip, not wearing his tooth. But he says to my mom, he says, "I want you to know I wear my tooth for you." And he was wearing his tooth at the time, and I thought it was incredibly romantic. And the next morning, there was a refrigerator repairman who came over, and the song was born. Everything I work on is broken. I'm your refrigerator man. I'm sorry, your peas aren't frozen anymore. You can call me Stan. And my wife tells me to charge more, but I don't need a raise. And as I'm driving home to see her, I take my tooth out from its case. And though sometimes it's the last thing I wanna do, I want you to know I wear my tooth for you. Well, you make more if you got a permanent fixture, but I can't stomach the dentist chair. And anyway, how would I gauge temperature without this gap to taste the air? No, my hands don't get cold, but Lord, I'm getting old. And some days I think of something else to do. But there's a hum, there's a song that every cool box rattles off. And I hope someday you'll hear it too. Yeah, I want you to know, I want you to know, I want you to know I wear my tooth for you. You to know, I want 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 you to know. How did I make that sound? Let's go. I wear my tooth for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Get home safe.